Yeah, so we're excited about getting back in the dome and having our crowd in this game. They'll be a big part of this game, and we're looking forward to it. So, had a good week of practice. We're ready to roll.
Yeah, is there any, not specific to this game, but is there any update in general just on how Mike Thomas is doing and where he's at with that toe injury?
Yeah, he's going through the recovery process. He's going through the rehab process. He's getting better. He's not there yet.
Dennis, do you expect Andy to start again this Sunday?
Yeah, that's what I'm anticipating.
Andy, this is from Catherine. Who works with you on on the headset whenever you're deciding whether to throw the challenge flag?
Yeah, so Phil Galliano's up in the box. He's kind of in charge of replay. So between him and Riz and myself, we're making that determination.
I guess how much have you seen the three guys that were here, Vaughn, Trey, and Eli, just sort of blossom since they left?
Look, they were good players for us. They're good players for them. Got a lot of respect for all three of those guys, and they're playing well. You know, I'm happy for them. I hope they don't have a lot of success on Sunday, but they're doing a really nice job for them.
Dennis, what goes into preparing to defend explosive plays and what you've seen from Jamar Chase this year?
Well, I think the number one thing is understanding, you know, their shot play formations. That would be the number one thing that we've got to understand. And then, look, we got to do a good job top down in coverage and make them throw the ball underneath, and then we got to do a great job of tackling. So there's a lot of factors that go involved in that, and certainly some of that has to do with, you know, a particular call that we might have when they have one of those shot plays dialed up. So it's challenging when you face an explosive offense like they have, and you know, we've got to do a good job in the game on Sunday.
With that, is there any chance Marcus May is back this week?
Yeah, I think there's a good shot that we might have Marcus May out there.
DAU, if you rewind on Andy, how helpful is it to get the guy in early, and how quickly were they able to pick up everything offensively?
Well, yeah, I think the earlier you start in the week, the better off you're going to be, and so.
No, I mean in the off season when you were able to get him in and integrate him. And
Oh well, yeah. Look, he basically took all the reps, you know, in the OTAs, and so I think that's big for him, and certainly, look, he's a veteran player and has played well in our league, and so it's one of the reasons why we brought him here for those specific reasons. So yeah, I think that's helpful.
This front seven is a part of this team that has stayed relatively healthy. How have you seen the development, and how important is that in this matchup in particular?
Well, I think it's a big part. I think it's a big part in this game. You know, I think defensively for us to play well, I think our front's going to have to do a really good job, and so they're going to have to rise up to the challenge this week.
Just when you're trying to decide who's in and out this week, do you have to sort of look ahead a little bit since you're on a short week next week? Does that kind of factor into it, or you just look at each game?
You know, not really. It's really about you know, getting the available bodies that we have and getting those guys ready to play. So it's really a one-game focus, and worried about this one right now, and then we'll worry about the next ones after we get through with this one.
Since we've heard a handful of guys talk about the kind of go 1-0 message, how do you think the team has kind of been able to buy into that lately?
Yeah, I think, well, I mean, look, it's the only thing that we can control right now. We don't control anything that happens in the future. We don't control anything that's happened in the past. All we can focus on is what's right there in front of us right now, and right now it's Cincinnati. All right, thanks.
And it's kind of crazy how the schedule works out where you always get to play these guys, right?
Yeah, 3 years in a row. You know, it's one of the things when I signed here, you know, saw that we would be playing Cincinnati again. So just the way it's worked out.
You don't look at the Bengals schedule every year and decide who you're going to sign with them?
No, I don't think so. I've just been working my way around the NFC, so it's just worked out where every year we've gone against Cincinnati.
Now that you're like a couple of weeks in, you're getting a chance to work with these guys how do you feel like you've kind of progressed within this offense?
Yeah, I feel really good about what we've been able to do and kind of where we're at. I feel like we found some rhythm in the offense, and I feel like we're at a good place. So there's obviously things that we can keep doing better, but I feel good about where I'm at and what we've been able to do.
And with the rhythm you guys have been able to establish in the ground game, does that help you find some holes like play action wise? So we've had some success on those plays in particular.
Yeah, I think we've definitely done a great job running the ball, and found some ways to get some explosive runs in there. And it definitely has opened up some stuff in the pass game as well. So I think being balanced has been a good thing for us.
Does anything about the preparation change when there's like so many injuries and different guys playing and come out?
No, I don't think so. You treat it the same way. You're going to find out who's going to be out there and doing certain things, but I think the preparation stays the same.
Do you maybe get extra reps with some guys that you aren't used to playing with, maybe, or you feel comfortable with everybody?
I think it just comes down to communication, making sure that we're on the same page, we're thinking the same thing, making sure they're running routes how I expect them, how we expect them, and so it's just the communication through it all.
What have been some of your impressions of some of the new guys like Rashid and Keith Kirkwood?
Yeah, I think for Keith, he's been here before, and he stepped right in when he got here, and it's nice when you already know an offense and have been in the system for a while. Yeah, so I think he's stepped in and show what he can do, and he's a smart guy that's been able to move around some. And Rashid, just his speed, I think, is the thing that stands out. And so, these guys have come in and picked up things well.
Andy, I think Alvin said he likes your decisiveness. How much of that goes to the off season, being in this program already, and how much of that just goes to being a veteran who kind of knows what he likes?
Yeah, I think that's the big part of it is understanding how to play this position, and I've done it for a long time. So it's just finding that rhythm and balance of being decisive, knowing where to go with the ball versus different coverages and what they're trying to do, and I think that's just my style of play.
What's it like just to first start as a Saint in the Superdome and you're playing the Bengals? What's it like just knowing that going into it?
Just to be at home against the Bengals in the Superdome. Obviously, there's the advantage there from the crowd standpoint. So it's going to be a fun atmosphere out there. All right, thanks, guys.
You got to go to NFC West next year. You can
Yeah.